Hello, good morning, and welcome back to a very special edition of Pitch Perfect Live. It is, of course, match day. It is the Euros final. It's the day we have all been waiting for, especially because this team is in it. Thank you for joining us on this very, very exciting day. You might notice that Jamie is in a Spain shirt. Now, we weren't sure about this, but let me just caveat it, because if you've been watching the show since the beginning, we've been mixing up the shirts, trying to show a bit of love for a lot of the nations. And every time you've worn a shirt, what's happened?
The team that I've worn have lost.
There you go. So I said, it's fine, wear that Spain shirt.
It's not even a joke. When you look back at it, Netherlands, France, I wore the Netherlands kit. Germany, Sweden, I wore the Germany kit. What was Italy, England? I wore the Italy kit. There's been a few every single time without fail. So today we're following trends.
It's a good omen. Don't hate on it. Give
Just
it
let
some
it
love.
happen, let it happen,
Give it some love. We have a poll going, as always. Who is going to win the Euros? Yes, win the Euros. Is it going to be England or Spain? The poll is currently standing at 67% England. So have your say. Get in the comments, get in the poll, get voting. We want to hear what you have to say, because it's not just about us. We want to hear your take. It is so exciting. Wow, the final we all wanted, let's be honest. How excited are you for this incredibly mouth-watering fixture?
I cannot believe it's the day of the Euro 2025 final. It feels like yesterday we were previewing Group A and match day 1 of the competition. So I'm so excited. It's a 2023 World Cup rerun. It's the world champions versus the European champions. I think if you're going to write a script for who you want to be in the final, the football gods have done it for us.
Well, talking of scripts, there is this interesting statistic. Well, a few interesting statistics. The first one I'm going to touch on is the sort of alternating wins between Spain and England. So they keep alternating who's winning in the Nations League. Earlier this year, we had an England win at the beginning of the year and then a Spain win. So just saying, we're due an England win.
Make of that what you will.
Make of that what you will. And another favourite stat, shout out to Tom Gary at The Guardian. The first team to play the semi-final has won the final for the last, is it 12 years?
Yeah.
Men's and women's. So there you go. And actually, Sarina Wiegman was asked about that stat yesterday by one of the French journalists, I believe, who was very pleased, really enjoyed that article from Tom. Asked Sarina about it. She was quite
she was quietly like content with that.
She said an
stat.
extra day of recovery can never hurt anyone, but
we know what you're thinking, Sarina.
The odds are in your favour, Sarina. Well, talking of Sarina, we of course caught up with her yesterday. It was match day -1 for the final. We headed to Basel to catch her and Leah Williamson giving their press conference, and we asked her about quite a few things. It was quite a long press conference, but one of the things that she was asked about was about the pressure on the England team about making consecutive finals, and this is what she had to say.
I think every tournament, of course, you want to perform, and there's expectations, but you also have expectations for yourself. I just know that going into a final is already very, very special, and making the final, there's only 2 teams that can make the final. So if you talk about pressure, that's not really a pressure. It's very special, and when you go to a final, you really want to win it too. So that's how I'm in this. We're happy that we're in the final, and we really want to win it, and we're going to do everything to make that happen.
Yes, she seems not fazed by any sort of pressure, I would say. Although she has been quite open and candid about how the team have nearly killed her twice in this competition, and that aged her and given people heart attacks and all sorts. And she's not wrong on that. But I think we need to comment on this. For England, it's a 3rd consecutive final, which is pretty good going.
It's madness.
It is.
It's absolute madness.
And it's amazing how the narrative almost changes, because had we gone out in the quarterfinals like we almost did, it would have been, disappointment, failure, whatever those words might have been used. But actually, here we are now in the final. Do you think it is success for England whichever way it goes, or do you think they really need to retain that crown?
I think that if England make the Euros final, they go and play against Spain today and they put up a dignified performance, then it's a fantastic job. 3 consecutive finals is madness. People take for granted how good this Lionesses team is. I think English fans have been deprived of success, and now suddenly the women's team is doing so well. There's almost a complacency that we expect them to do well. So if they show up tonight against Spain, they don't win, but they put on a good showing, that is a major success. If they win, that's history making. They're the best team that England have ever performed in any sport, I would say. So I think that, it's just all down to the performance. If they show up tonight and they maybe play the way that they did against Sweden and Italy in the first half and they let the game slip, there's plenty of questions to be asked. But 3 major consecutive finals, that's incredible.
Yeah, and then for Sarina herself, it's 5 consecutive finals because, of course, of her success with the Netherlands before joining England as well. That is insane.
It's not normal. That is not normal. We take Sarina Wiegman for granted because I think you look at this Lionesses squad and on paper they're an incredible squad. But I think on paper there's a lot of squads in the Euros and in the World Cup that match England. But this is a coach that has taken them to success, and that World Cup margin was so fine as well. I think people go on about the fact that Spain are the world champions. They flew past England. It was 1-0. It was a very, very tight game, and England had some really good chances. So for Sarina Wiegman, 5 consecutive finals, she has the chance to win 3 major tournaments out of 5 major tournament finals. That makes her the best coach of all time, in my opinion.
Yeah, wow. Strong words, but I can't say I disagree with you. On the point of pressure, though, because I think this is an interesting one. I was talking to one of the journalists next to me yesterday, Flo, who asked the question to Sarina there. And she said that she feels like there's almost less pressure on the team because that whole it's coming home, it needs to come home. And actually it came home
exactly
3 years ago. But I would almost flip that and say, well, in some ways that creates more pressure because the expectations are now there. People know you can go and win a tournament. So now the expectation is that you go and win every tournament. How do you see it? Do you think there's more or less pressure on the England team?
I think it's a bit of both, but I would say there is less. I think there's different stages of how fans are going to feel. I do believe that after the final whistle tonight, if they lose, fans are going to be really, really disappointed and say, we should be the team retaining this crown. We should be the team winning the trophies. But I think in 2 weeks' time, they're going to look at it and say, okay, 2 major tournaments, finals. You're losing both against Spain. It's not like you're losing against teams that you should be beating every day of the week. It's Spain, right? They've got 2 Ballon d'Or winners that have won the Ballon d'Or twice. England don't have that. So at the end of the day, I think that fans have the pressure on the team because they expect them to win because they've been there before. But it came home in 2022. And when you look at English football as well, they're the only team in however many years that have done that. I think that they have created major success. So whatever happens, there's pressure, but I don't think there's as much as there used to be.
Yeah, so you mentioned there that incredible 2022 win, the success and the legacy. And I think living in England, I've seen that with my own eyes firsthand just since 2022, the way things have changed. You walk on the road and you just see girls' football teams just playing and it's like the norm, it's not like, oh, we're running a girls' football team. It's like, no, it's just, it exists. And you don't need to ask for one. Oh, do you have a girls' team? People just do. And the amount of people playing football, how much more widespread it has become, how much more accessible watching women's football has become, all of these things. And of course, there is still so much further to go. But I think we have to recognise that success, that the legacy that the Lionesses have built, and I guess the potential for what can continue on the back of this tournament. And that was actually something I asked Leah Williamson, England captain, yesterday in the press conference about the legacy that she hopes to create on the back of this tournament. What do you hope the legacy can be on the back of this 2025 tournament, reaching another final and hopefully winning?
I think the consistency of the girls, obviously I wasn't involved in 2023, and I think the consistency and the landscape keeps changing and we're trying to change with it. And I think that's a really hard thing to do. And I think that proves the investment and the quality of the game in England is continuing to rise. And I hope that us staying in, you don't just want to be sort of a flash in the pan and like a memory. And I think that when we spoke before 22, we said it was the start of something. And I think we're still trying to play our role in that as well. So being here and being on this stage we know how powerful that is. And I hope that it just continues and it continues to grow, and the respect for the women's game, the respect for women and women's sport in general continues to we can try our best to continue to elevate that.
Yeah, she's not wrong there. It is such a powerful stage. The European stage, being able to play your football there, get more people watching. I mean, hopefully the audiences back home tonight will really skyrocket. I really, really hope that. But she spoke there about respect for women in general, respect for women's sport, respect for women playing football. And I think this is something that almost cast a shadow on Spain's success in 2023. They won the World Cup, but everything that was talked about was the aftermath of that and all the horrific things that were happening, with the federation and, of course, the unsolicited kiss. And that was a real dark point for them in their football. And I think they hope that that was a turning point, and they are now looking to use this final as almost like, I guess, a more positive one and try and enjoy it, I think is the words they keep saying. And I think the England players have said as well, there's so much respect for Spain, and Spain have said that as well about England. But it should be a really brilliant spectacle for that reason too, right?
Yeah, certainly. I think that was so sad in the 2023 World Cup final. Obviously, what happened is horrific. The situation's horrific, but that should have been the best day of their lives. It should have been the best day of their lives. You've won the World Cup. That is the biggest achievement in football that you can ever do on a personal and a national team level. So that was heartbreaking. And I think going into this final as well, and I don't think Spain are going to say we can only enjoy it if we win. Like you said, I think that they just need to go to this final with a clean conscience and a clean mind, because it wasn't just what happened after the final. It was the build-up.
Yeah.
It was what was happening with Rubiales in the build-up and the federation's treatment. It was what was happening with Jose Vilda as well. Like, the situation of that whole World Cup was tainted, and their experience was tainted. So for Spain now, these players really just deserve to enjoy and soak up this tournament, because they're some of the best players that have ever played the game, and they really just deserve to not even have to think about it. And I remember watching that documentary that they made about it on Netflix, and it was the captain, Irina Paredes, that was the first one that kind of said, guys, what just happened wasn't okay, and it was a dampener. So yeah, whatever happens tonight, they deserve to soak up the moment and not have any dark cloud of just awful circumstances hanging over them.
Yes, definitely. Well, the matchup is going to be a good one. We've already touched on that. I think Leah Williamson said yesterday that she doesn't think England are underdogs. What do you make of that? Do you think there is an underdog in this situation?
I don't think so. I actually think whoever wins tonight, and there's going to be no narrative. I really believe that if England win, it's not going to be a failure for Spain, and if Spain win, vice versa. I think that these are both teams, like I said, European champions versus world champions. There's no underdog in this situation, and maybe England want to become the underdog because it's always easier to perform in a final when you are an underdog. But they need to be in this final with the teams that they've played during this competition. This is where they should have been, and this is where they belong to be. So I think whatever result happens, there's no underdog. It's really just whoever the best team is claims the title.
Yeah, I think I mostly agree with you, but I think before the tournament, people just thought Spain were going to win. And even during, because of the way England have managed the tournament, my heart is only just about recovered. I think in a way that has made them underdogs, because they've not shown their full potential. Whereas I would probably say the same about Spain in the knockout stages, but in those group stages, Spain was so dominant. They've not lost a game this tournament. Of course, England have against France. Having said that, Spain overcoming Germany was not easy. They needed extra time. They needed a bit of Bonmati brilliance. So yeah, and of course they are the second best team in the world on paper, while England are fifth. So I think there is the narrative that England are slight underdogs, but I feel like that will play into their favour, because they've gone into every other game this tournament with almost like what I was saying about the pressure, the expectation that they're going to win.
Yeah.
And people would have seen it as a failure if they'd lost to Sweden, even though I think Sweden are a good side. It's just the way it happens. When you've got that success under your belt already, you're just normally not the underdog.
Yeah.
So this is a bit of an unusual situation. I think even had Germany beaten Spain, Germany would be the underdog.
Yeah.
So this is like the only situation I think England go into is almost not the favourites.
Yeah, 100%.
So it's interesting to see how that one will play out. But in terms of Spain, we know how good they are, but what are their main threats?
Their main threats is that midfield three. It's the middle three of Patry, Bonmati and Pateas. They are exceptional footballers, and not only in the way that they hold and anchor the central spaces, but they're so good at everything. Patry is such a great ball user. She's had more passes than any other player in the tournament. Against, I think it was Germany. She made more progressive passes than the entire German team combined, which is just a stat that scares you, right? It absolutely scares you because she controls the midfield, and then you're coming up against Kira Walsh that does the same thing. But Patry is probably, I think, right now the most informed player at the Euros. So then you've got Pateas, and Pateas does the same thing. She's a very good ball user, but she can also crash the box, she can finish, she can assist, and Bonmati can dribble, she can get out of tight spaces. So those three are the threats because you don't know how to nullify them. You can't go up against Bonmati and say, "Oh, just put pressure on you so your technical abilities, you can't dribble," because then she's just going to ball use and she's going to play the ball forward. So those three players are so versatile, they're so strong, and they are a major threat.
How do the Lionesses stop that threat? How do they count? How do they caveat that?
Honestly, if I had a proper answer, maybe I'd be Sarina Wiegman, but they need to overload the midfield. I think that if you're looking at it in a realistic, rational point of view, I don't think Sarina would change the formation. I think maybe even a 3-5-2 would, because you really need to overload that midfield. The more bodies that you've got, the more pressure and physicality that you've got in that midfield. It just gives them less breathing room on the ball. And I don't think Spain's wingers have been performing particularly well, right? Whereas I think someone like Chloe Kelly, Lauren James, they can drop into the midfield and help out. Whereas Pina and Caldente, they're incredible, but they've actually not had the best tournaments on paper. So it's about just overloading the midfield for me. I think they really need to nullify that threat, stop it at the source rather than let it get to the box and then rely on your defenders.
Can you see Sarina changing that formation though? Because I'm not sure I can.
I don't think I can with just the personnel that she's got. I think it was different in the World Cup final, right? Because they played a 3-5-2 in that game, but they'd been playing the whole tournament because Leah Williamson was injured. It was Millie Bright and Jess Carter that were really kind of holding it down. Obviously, Lucy Bronze was there as well. So it's a different situation, but I think that 3-5-2 really worked for England. In that World Cup final, Lauren Hemp hit the crossbar so early on. That's a completely different game if that goal goes in. That's just chance and luck at the end of the day. So I think that would be great. I think maybe she needs to switch up the left back situation as well. But again, I don't think she will. And we keep complaining, but she keeps getting results. We'll just see what happens, I guess.
In Sarina we trust.
In Sarina we trust.
You watched the show yesterday, my tattoo.
It's not got. It's
still going strong.
Oh no, it's good.
You see it? Yeah, there you go. It says in Sarina we trust with a little picture of Sarina Wiegman. For those of you who can't see and didn't watch the show yesterday, it's pretty epic. And I kind of want it permanent.
If they win tonight, straight to the
tattoo parlor. Yeah. Or I'll just go straight to Georgia Stanway, actually.
That is very true. Georgia, I need to call
Georgia Stanway, I need a tattoo, please. Oh, no. Well, do you think one team has had an easier run to the final? I think England have obviously had their ups and downs, but they would seem to have the easier side of the draw. Do you think either team has even peaked yet?
I think Spain have had the easier side of the draw. Honestly, that group stage, they had an easier run. They had Italy, who, again, at the end of the day, both teams beat them. They had Belgium and a very out-of-form Portugal side, whereas England clearly had to come up against France, which was too big of a task at that time. The Netherlands, who on paper are great, but they had a woeful tournament, so maybe then there's a caveat. And then Wales. So I think you can kind of even them out. Still think Spain had the easier draw. Then you play Switzerland. And no offense to the host, but I honestly don't believe that they would have been in the knockouts if it weren't the host nation. I think that's just a brilliant narrative. But then again, England have to come up against Sweden. Like, that is a harder result. And then you come into the semi-finals, and I think it's evenly matched just purely because of Germany's injuries. Their depleted squad. Italy are in form and they're looking to make history. So I think that makes it even. I just think Spain have had the easier side of the draw, but they've won every game. England haven't. So it makes it a bit more interesting.
We have said before, though, the way that England have won some of these games, it feels like that, this movie that people keep talking about, it feels like it's got to have the happy ending. It just feels that way, but I know that's not how these things work. But
I think football's more romantic than you think.
Yeah.
I truly believe that.
I'll go with that. That's good enough for me, Jamie. That's
great
good enough
soul.
for me.
You don't even need to watch the game now.
Exactly. It's funny when they say, like, oh, you couldn't write these scripts. It's like, no, actually, this is exactly how you would write the script.
Genuinely. I honestly think that's true, though. A first loss to France, you come back, and then 2 really nail-biting knockouts. I think this is how you write a narrative.
More than nail-biting.
Yeah.
Nail biting.
It was anxiety-inducing.
Yeah.
it was a lot of things.
It was crazy. It was absolutely crazy. But of course, we wouldn't have it any other way. We would not have it any other way.
Very true.
Well, let's talk a bit about England. We've spoken a lot about how good Spain are, but England are an incredible team too.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you think England's main strengths are? Where can they attack Spain? yesterday Sarina Wiegman says, look, Spain have weaknesses too, and we're going to go for them. What are those, and where are England? What are England going to do?
I love that confidence from Sarina as well. It's true. It's true. Down the center, straight down the center. I think that Alessia Russo has a big, heavy responsibility today, because if Leah Alexandri starts, obviously she was suspended for an accumulation of yellow cards against Germany in the semi-final. I think she slots back into this team. I think that she will start next to Irina Paredes. Alexandri's not in her best form over the last 12 months. She's really struggled in the WSL, and Paredes is a fantastic defender, but you can get her on the back foot. And we saw that when the two sides met in the Nations League, especially in the game that England lost, actually. England did a really good job at counter-attacking, and that's where Alessia Russo got her goal from. You need to split those centre-backs. So it comes down to the fact that they need to win the midfield battle in order to offer the service to Alessia Russo, but you hit her, she can get the ball at her feet, and then she can play in one of the wingers, or alternatively, she's way quick enough to be able to run over the top. So I think that the Lionesses, unlike usual, they like to play the channels. They like to feed Lauren Hemp a lot. I think this game, they really need to hit the central areas, because I think there's a real weakness there for Spain.
Yeah, and if we actually cast our mind back to that Nations League game that England lost, it was just 2 moments of sheer brilliance from Claudia Pina.
Yeah.
And of course, Claudia Pina will be on the pitch today as well, most probably. And she can do that again, as can about half of the Spanish team. But we can't forget that actually we did play quite well for a big chunk of that game. So can't be disheartened by that result.
Yeah, the opening 45 minutes, England
really
were
impressive,
unbelievable. And it was a bit of a contentious one that the goal went in. I think there was obviously a handball that Niamh Charles didn't get called for, but there was a bit of a foul in the build-up. I just think, Claudia Pina, that's a headache for Spain going into this game, because she scored goals this tournament, but she's not been in her best form. And I think that's a selection headache, because she's better off the bench, and we've seen that. You don't want to not start Pina, but whether Tomze starts her, doesn't start her, and then you've got someone like De Castillo, who I think has been in better form. Does she come on? Don't think she's as much as an impact player. So, I think that England can learn from that loss more than Spain can. I think Spain are going to be overanalyzing that win a little bit more than England will be analysing that loss.
Yeah. And there's some awards up for grabs, of course. It's the last game of the whole tournament. So all the awards that are always up for grabs, you've got your Golden Boot Award, you've got your Golden Glove Award, Young Player of the Tournament, all these awards. It feels like they could be won and lost in today's game. Of course, the Golden Boot, Esther Gonzalez is currently leading with 4 goals. Nobody else has 4 goals, but Alexia Putellas is next on 3 goals. And we've got a few England players on 2, but you never know.
Yeah, you never know.
You never know. They've all got a couple of goals in them.
Exactly.
Actually, just a word on Esther Gonzalez, because not a player that we speak about really normally, but wow.
Yeah, so many people raised eyebrows at her selection for this tournament as well, because obviously Jenny Hermoso was left out of the squad, and that caused a lot of uproar in both the media and the Spanish fan base. And I think I would still select Jenny Hermoso and just have an extra striker. I think that's crazy, but Esther Gonzalez is a very, very well-proven striker. If anyone watches the NWSL, she plays for Gotham, and she has been incredible this season. She's been absolutely on fire. She's leading the goal scoring in the NWSL. So it's not like they're kind of taking a punt on an unproven player. This is a player that's proven on the international stage. She's tearing it up at club, and it helps that she's in season. Like, it helps that she's she's in season. She's come straight from Gotham to the Euros playing at her best football. So I think we could see this happening, and I'm glad it has for her.
It's interesting because, of course, it's all becoming a lot more global with the players playing in the States, elsewhere. I think it can be easy to overlook some of those players because for us, we see, of course, a lot of the WSL, and during the Champions League, we get a glimpse of your Barcelonas, your Real Madrid, some of the other teams, Lyon, etc., all the brilliant European sides. But I think sometimes we are maybe less familiar with just the actual talent that exists in the NWSL.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's a great example of that. The Golden Glove Award is currently tied between Kata Cole, Spain's keeper, and Sweden's Jennifer Falk.
Okay.
So a clean sheet tonight Kata Cole would win it outright, but I think even without, she's got it already. Nice. So that's an interesting one. And Young Player of the Tournament, that's one I want to touch on, because I think there's 2 players on the pitch tonight, well, potentially on the pitch. Michelle Adjumang of England, Vicky Lopez of Spain. 2 great shouts. I mean, there've been other brilliant young players throughout the tournament. I don't want to discard them, but just talking about tonight's game, do you see either of them making an impact tonight?
I think that Michelle Adjumang could be the young player of the tournament. Vicky Lopez had a fantastic group stage tournament. She was incredible. She slowed down on the knockout. She hasn't played as much football. I just think that Michelle Adjemang has been one of the best players at the tournament, not one of the best young players at the tournament. And if she comes on and makes an impact tonight, like I don't think anyone would have expected this, for her to take home the Young Player of the Tournament award. So I do have my fingers crossed for her because, oh my gosh, it's just been a fairy tale watching her play.
It really has. And I really hope that she can get some minutes and make that impact as she has done in the last 2 games for England. Yeah, wow. And then player of the tournament. Well, how do you see this one going? I mean, I don't think there's actually a standout in the way that there often is. I think Alexia Putellas was incredible in the group stages. But Matty has scored in the knockouts, but not been like a player of the tournament. England, I mean, Lucy Bronze has been very good. Hannah Hampton has had her moments. Where do you see this one going?
I think it's going to be an England or a Spain player. I think more likely a Spain player. So it depends on tonight, really. I think that Putellas had 3 goals and 4 assists in the group stages. If you finish the tournament on those results, everyone would be saying that is incredible. Yeah. She's finished the group stages in that. Like you said earlier, I agree. She's not had a great knockout stage, but Alexia Putellas, 2-time Ballon d'Or winner, built for the big moments. So if she shows up tonight, I don't see anyone competing with her. I think it's her award.
Okay, well, you never know, because I feel like these finals can have a big swing on it, because if it's an England win, it feels like it should maybe go to an England player. So let's see how that one goes. Well, of course, we caught up with Leah and Sarina yesterday, and Leah was talking a little bit about Spain and the threat that they're going to pose. And here is what she had to say.
I think tomorrow we play a game against the world champions who continue to prove themselves over and over in the way that they play football. They're a fantastic footballing team. They're the best at what they do. And we're very much aware of that. We think that we're pretty good in some areas as well. So we need to be at our best to beat Spain. I think they need to be at their best to beat us too. But I think there's a lot of respect between the two teams, and I'd be hesitant to rule a clear underdog in this scenario. But ultimately, like I said, we go in against the world champions tomorrow. That's not an easy job. And yeah, we'll be as ready as, we'll prepare ourselves as best we can for that challenge.
Yes, Spain have a real chance here to write history. They've not been in a Euros final before, which I think shocked some people. Yeah. But they've also beaten Germany this tournament, something they haven't done before. They keep writing history, right? It was something that their coach said yesterday as well. They just want to keep writing history.
It's so good to see, because as football fans, we've followed the Spanish, we've followed the La Liga and the men's team for so long. Yeah. And that has always been, the Spain team have always been in the conversation. The La Liga has always been one of the best leagues in the world. So it's been such a great exponential growth of the women's game in Spain, because 10 years ago they weren't there. They weren't at the level that they are now. And yes, they've got a lot of talent, but you can see it at youth level, right? The under-19s, the U17s, there's a lot of talent coming up the ranks at Spain. So it's nice to see, because obviously they made the Final Four of the Olympics, they made it at the World Cup, and they made it at the just before not the Euros, the World Cup before that. So yeah, it's a team that's really coming to fruition, and you don't see them slowing down. Yeah. You see this overgrowing sense of talent in their pool. So yeah, for Spain, much like England, by the way, England's youth talent is insane. We're harping on about Spain, but these are two teams that are here to stay. So very excited to see it.
Yeah, and it's, of course, a rematch of the Euros men's final last year, which I think also says a lot as well, because it's saying that these bodies, they've been really good in the men's game for a long time, but they're putting their money where their mouth is and really trying to grow the women's side of it as well. And it's, like you say, it's reaping the rewards. Definitely. And we've mentioned a few of the other nations that we hope can follow suit. Italy, we hope that they can really build on this and be taken more seriously in their nation and really push on. But yeah, it feels like hopefully we're heading that way with all these European teams. And yeah, this platform is a great way to do that. Paredes, the captain, she spoke yesterday as well. She said, "We are a team who don't see this game as a pressure, but as an opportunity to continue writing history, do something big, and let people enjoy it." Yeah, so not feeling the pressure.
Love it. I love it.
Yeah, it's really nice to hear from her. I did mention actually at the beginning of the show, we've of course got our quiz going, our daily Euros quiz. Only one more to go, so do take part in that Euros quiz. We want to see you guys on the leaderboard. Let us know in the comments how you're getting on with it. yeah, keep voting in the poll. Who's going to win the Euros, England or Spain? Get your comments in. We want to hear from you. We really want to know what your take on it is. Let's do some top stickers.
Yes.
We're going to actually do a double top stickers
whammy
today. We're going to do 2 packs each because we've got a few packs left. And of course, the tournament is coming to an end. If you didn't know that already, we want to complete our top sticker book. I'm sure some of you guys do as well. Do get on our swapping platform, gotswaps.club. We will be continuing swapping until we complete these books. Yeah, we're going to be heading back to the UK tomorrow night. And yeah, we want to just keep swapping. So get on gotswaps.club, put your email in, enter in everything that you've got, what you need, what you have spares of, and it does the automatic matching. And hopefully we can all complete our top sticker books very soon. So we all have these incredible mementos of this incredible tournament.
Someone has said, Adam has said, I did the quiz and got everything right, but I'm not at the top. Well, we've got some high competitors.
Oh, wow.
We've
Not
got
at the
some
top.
very high competitors.
We've got.
Can I be honest? Are some people showing some love just before we do the tops?
Yeah.
Come on, England.
Yes,
or
come on,
someone
England.
said, who won the World Cup clash? Spain will win again.
Wow, mixed reviews coming in, mixed opinions coming in.
Another comment says world class team Spain.
Yeah, they are world class.
Surprising goal scorers tonight. Reckon Bronze, Mead, and Russo, or Toon, Adjumang, and someone's been cut off there. Maybe
Beaver Jones.
Beaver Jones. So yeah, I'm excited by these predictions. A mixed bag.
I don't actually think those would be surprising goal scorers.
Yeah, no.
I think we've had
Lucy Bronze loves a goal.
How many different goal scorers is it? I did this yesterday. I counted them. I think it's like
quite a few.
12. No, that's 10. I think it's
not many players have scored. No one scored more than 2 goals for England.
Yeah, we've had so many.
Someone else has said Adrian thinks it's going to be 2-1 to England in 90 minutes.
Oh,
Andrew
yeah, I'll take the 90 minutes.
Spain are obviously going to win.
Andrew.
Patri Perez Martinez says Spain will save football.
Is that Patri?
Patri's watching the live stream.
Shout out to you, Patri.
Okay, just wanted to get the people involved. But let's do some top cards. You go first.
Okay.
Hang on. Take them.
No, you take my mic.
You take your microphone.
I'll do one pack.
Yeah, we'll alternate. Yeah? We're very close. We're making such good progress.
Oh yeah, we are under 100. Under 100 to go. So
that is incredible.
Please do help us out.
Okay, here we
we're
go.
on the final stretch. Okay, we've got Sar Jansen from Belgium. We've got Olivia Clark from Wales. We've got Felicitas Rauch from Germany. We've got we've got the Spain crest. We do have the Spain crest, but it's okay.
Just move on swiftly.
I think we need it.
Yeah, we do need it. So that's a plus.
We've got Emma Farge from Denmark, sorry. And it's okay. It's okay. I've redeemed it. We've got legend, the one, the only, Jill Scott.
That makes up for it, doesn't it?
Jill Scott. Legend card.
Shiny?
Shiny.
Oh, wow.
Shiny Jill Scott. And also, just saying, of course, she retired after the last Euros, but from the sounds of it, she's barely retired because all the girls, all the Lionesses in their press conferences are going, well, Jill's still around. You heard the other day she was making Kira Walsh cups of tea on the bus. That's how Kira Walsh decompresses. Loads of them just chilling out with Jill Scott.
Everyone needs a Jill Scott in their life.
Everyone needs a Jill Scott in their life. And now I've got one. So
yeah, go on. Okay, here we go.
Feeling good about this.
I've got Victoria Zienuswitz from
Poland, yeah.
I've got Vilda Beriza from Norway.
Yeah.
Martina Lenzini of Italy.
Yeah.
I've got Fran Kirby.
Okay, yeah, we've got a Fran Kirby.
So anyone that wants a swap, that is a legend swap as well.
Yeah.
We've got Clara Buell of Germany. Great player, but we definitely have her. And Amelie Zvangsgaard of Denmark. Okay.
Decent.
I think there's a few in there that we need.
Decent pack. It's not quite as good as my pack.
No, it doesn't have Jill Scott in it.
One more to go.
Okay, here we go.
Let's go. What have you guys been opening in your top stickers?
Yeah, what's the best card? Tell us what the best sticker you've gotten.
What were you looking for? Okay, we've got Bryndis Nielsdottir from Iceland.
Nice.
We've got Anna Maria Kornevsevic from Switzerland.
Legend.
Host nation. Sorry, not home nation. Jessica Silva, Portugal.
Nice. We got her yesterday, so if you need Jessica Silva.
Caroline Graham Hansen, an exceptional player, but we do have her.
Another swap.
That's a swap. a shiny Emma Kovisto from
Finland.
Finland. Thank you. That
Nice.
really, the flags really
Shiny.
got me there.
That is such a nice card.
That's a lovely card. Okay, and Sandy Toletti from France.
We definitely have her.
Do we?
I'm
Okay,
pretty sure.
Great. Well, it swaps the clock then,
Swaps the
isn't
clock.
it?
Okay, last one.
Right. Let's go.
Here we go. Okay, I've got Hannah Erlings of Belgium.
Yeah.
Olivia Clark of Wales. That's 2 in one
Two
day.
in one
So
day.
If you're a Welsh goalkeeper fan, Lucia Alves of Portugal. Oh, she's gone. We definitely have her as well. Athenia de Castillo.
Uh-oh. Quite a lot of people were big fans of Athenia.
Natalia Kuikka of Finland, and last but not
oh my gosh, you can't write it.
You're so welcome.
You can't write
last
it.
card out of 4 that we've unpacked. I'm not going to tell you. I'm going to show you.
Oh my goodness.
The last card that we've unpacked.
It's the England badge.
It's the England
It's
badge.
the England badge.
You guys are welcome.
Wow, so we
You're
unpacked the
welcome.
Spain badge and the England.
The England one being the last
gone.
one.
I don't even care. Wow.
The last one that
we have unpacked the 2 badges of the final today that we needed.
People are going to start thinking we're reading
You actually
these.
cannot. No, they saw us.
That was
open
true.
those.
The very last sticker is the
Sealed.
England badge.
It's fully sealed. It was fully sealed.
Meaning
until
the
we
very
opened it.
last team that's going to win in the Euros.
The very last sticker that we've opened before.
That is wonderful.
Before
That you can't write that. I'm telling you. You can't write that.
I'm actually in shock. I'm in shock. Wow.
That is good stuff.
I think we should send the show there, to be honest.
Yeah, honestly. Bye bye.
No, don't worry. We've still got a bit more content to come your way. We wouldn't do that to you. But I'm that's amazing. Thank you.
You're
Thanks,
welcome.
Jamie.
Anything for England. Although I am wearing a Spain shirt.
Yeah, but for those
the right
of you
reasons.
who've joined the show slightly later, every time Jamie has worn the shirt of the team, they've lost that day. So that is why I said absolutely put that shirt on. And
the Swedish, Dutch, German, Italian federations have been in my DMs saying, please stop wearing our shirt. The Spain coach yesterday said, don't you dare wear that shirt.
And we've not hung up any England shirts quite intentionally because, again, for those of you who might have been watching earlier episodes, we had a Dutch flag. A Dutch shirt hanging up, and they lost that day when it fell. So,
we're very superstitious here at Pitch Perfect.
We've got to keep all the odds in our favour.
Exactly
right. We can, right? Okay, well, we're going to do another this or that.
Yes,
we love a this or that on the Pitch Perfect, and of course, it's England versus Spain. We've got 2 flags here. We've got an England flag. We've got a Spain flag.
Let me get them out for you.
Yank them out. Amazing. Well,
okay.
I'm gonna pose some this or that. Let us know in the comments what you think too. Are you going to go for the Spanish option or the English option? And we only have 1 flag of each, so we might end up just grabbing the same one. But you know, that's showbiz. Let's go.
That's showbiz.
That's showbiz. Didn't have a big enough suitcase. That's showbiz. Okay, right. Ready?
Okay, go on.
It's breakfast time. Are you going for a Spanish omelette or a full English?
Yeah.
Spanish
Historically, though, context for this, me and Aisha aren't full English people.
We're not full English people. We've kind of spoken about it before. Often when we go to press boxes for a 12:30, actually not often, because in the women's game you don't often get loads of meals. But Arsenal, shout out to Arsenal in the Emirates, they do give us a big full English. But we're both like, oh, actually, like we're not big full English people.
They do a waffle.
Yeah, they do. There's other bits. There's like berries and yogurt. And
I'm
stuff.
not a full English person.
No, we don't go for
Sorry
the full
if
English.
this offends anyone in the chat. We'll move on.
Okay, we'll move to the afternoon. It's afternoon. Are you having a siesta or afternoon tea? Oh yeah. Okay, nice. Me too.
Yeah.
Afternoon tea.
Afternoon tea's the best. Also, I'm not a nap kind of gal in the afternoon.
If I nap, I'm
out.
sleep.
I'm out.
Sleep.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Sleep.
Okay, ready?
Yeah. Okay. We've got to do a classic. Just a classic. A food option. Paella or fish and chips. I actually like both quite a lot.
Both are fantastic.
But fish and chips hits.
Yeah, you know what?
When you're by the beach, fish and chips. To be fair,
you have me regretting my decision.
No, it's good.
I do love paella. I think if I'm going out, I don't know. Well, I'm sticking true.
You got to stick.
I'm sticking true.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
This this one.
Oh no.
We all love the beach. Are you going for Benidorm Beach or Blackpool Beach? I'm going to go Blackpool.
Come on.
Look, I've actually never been to either, but I actually have more desire. I really want to go to Blackpool Pleasure Beach because I've heard good things.
I went to Blackpool when I was younger.
Did you?
Yeah, I have no memories of it.
Okay,
Maybe that's why I'm going
Benidorm or
Benidorm.
Blackpool. Let us know in the comments.
Okay.
Shout out to Ryan and Olaf for giving me that one. They gave me that.
There you go.
That one. Okay, next. Tapas or pub grub?
Oh, both are fantastic, but pub grub.
I'm going tapas.
Tapas is amazing, but like a pub feed does not miss ever.
They're both good options. Do you know what? I've given
this is the hardest one.
This is very tricky because clearly Spain and England have some very good things.
Top level stuff.
Tapas, my tapas of choice. Have you got tapas of choice?
I'm not sure.
I'd be going for some prawns, like garlic
chorizo
prawns.
maybe.
Bit of chorizo.
Yeah.
Patatas bravas.
Yes.
What's your pub grub of choice? Bangers and mash?
I was going to say fish and chips, which is a bit ironic.
Interesting, Jamie, because you just had an option to choose.
I do just love like a really good pub burger and chips.
I don't recall that they sell paella in pub grub, but okay.
Well, you know what? I've made my instinctive decision. Pub grub, bangers and mash. I'm not a bangers and mash girl. I will eat it, but not at a pub. I think it's more of like a home job. I do just love like a pub burger and chips. I'm gonna say something basic. But fish and chips is the best.
Oh, Adrian said I'm going to have to go full English here. Let us know what else you guys are going for.
Pinky has said, is this really the last show? No,
Pinky.
We are back tomorrow reviewing the tournament, the final, everything.
Yeah, of course it's not the last show. As if we would do that to you,
Pinky. We've got so much content coming from this final tonight. Yeah, don't you worry, we'll be here.
And we're going to do a bit of recap of some favourite bits and stuff. So start thinking, and we wouldn't end it here.
Pinky, come on, Pinky.
You know us better than that. Okay, are you ready?
Yeah.
2 more. Spanish sun or English rain?
That's a silly question.
I've really stitched myself up
there. That was
there.
a silly question.
No, come on, I had to do it.
If anyone's saying English rain, I'm like borderline confused. Unless you're like by the fire watching a film.
Yeah. No, that was
still.
Look, I had to.
It's not your best work.
I wanted to give Spain a bit of
a bit of love.
Bit of love, yeah. And finally, Vamos España or It's Coming Home.
No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. There is nothing better than a Vamos. I say that not even when Spain are playing.
Jamie.
Yeah, but no, listen.
It's not too late to change your decision.
I'll hold both of them at the same time. Hear me out. This one's only a contextual thing. I hit the Vamos all the time. It is coming home. It is coming home. I'll say that much.
It's already home and it's remaining home. It's remaining home.
That's clever. It is staying home.
Jamie, I'm not sure I'm ever going to forgive you for that.
That's okay. But, we'll move on.
Adam has said Benidorm and Blackpool are both English anyway. Yeah, that's very true. Valid.
That is so true.
Oh yeah, amazing. We've got loads of comments coming in today. Thank you so much. Spanish sun. Yeah, fair enough. We both went for Spanish sun too.
Yeah, has to be Spanish sun.
Yeah. Wow. Well. Oh, someone's gone homemade pie. That wasn't an option.
Pie and mash, of course.
Mash.
No, that's my
pub grub.
That's my pub grub. Yeah, pie and mash. I'm being so silly.
Yeah, pie and mash.
Should we finish off with this question from Adrian?
Yes, please.
What do you think the score will be today?
Okay, look. England are going to win. I'm confident. I'm so confident. Well, I am confident. I mean, I'm very nervous, but I'm an England fan, so we have to be confident.
Yeah.
And I am going to go for a classic. It's going to be a classic scoreline. It's going to be a 2-1.
Yeah, I was going to say the exact same thing.
It's going to be in 90 minutes because I can't take longer. So
I actually need these 120 minutes to be abolished. I'm over it. We've been to our last 3 games. 120 minutes.
I think.
Yeah, Germany, Spain, France, Germany, England, both games. Yeah, 4 games in a row. Wow.
So please, England, if you're listening. I mean, they literally said we've put our families through so much. Leah Williamson said that yesterday because she said that it was so hard because, of course, in the 2023 World Cup, she had suffered a ACL injury, so was watching from the sidelines. And she said that was really hard work, just being on the sidelines. Although she said she was next to Jill Scott, which was the only good thing about it.
Yeah, I mean, fair
enough. But yeah, she said she experienced what it's like for her family. She goes, it's given her a real understanding of exactly what this team have been putting their families through and the fans through this year with all those sort of late moments. But at least the late moments have gone in our favour, right? Because I mean, that's just exceptional.
Doesn't matter at the end of the day, does it?
Doesn't indeed.
Doesn't matter.
We've got another video actually, because we caught up with Spain fans. I love speaking to the fans, as many of you will know. Whenever we go to the matches, we try and speak to as many fans as possible. If you're going to be there later, look for the green flags. We want to speak to you. But I spoke to some of the Spanish fans and I asked them if they would bring any English players to their team, and here's what they had to say.
And is there anyone from the England team that you would take into the Spain team?
Yeah, I think maybe like Kelly, who's really good. Also, Mead played very well yesterday. So,
a lot of new names, but the attacker was really nice. The one who scored the goal against Italy.
Michelle.
Yeah, she's really young. I saw she's really young, but she was really confident. She had the tempo, and then she scored against Italy with a lot of players in the last moment. So I would take her.
The Spain team.
100%. Right now or globally in the season? Right now I would take Chloe Kelly 100%. Season-wise, I'm a Barcelona fan, so I would take Lucy Bronze back. So I wouldn't mind if she's Spanish, suddenly. No Portuguese, no English, Spanish.
Alexia Russo, probably.
Me too.
I know.
You're happy with your team?
I wouldn't. Yes, exactly. The team is what it is. I think it's going to do great. So, yeah.
Yeah, but
So
no.
Happy with the Spain
No,
team?
we are happy with our team.
no, we trust our players.
Yeah,
We trust our
exactly,
players.
exactly.
We don't need any more players.
We like our players, and we will go to the end with our starting 11. So.
Oh, what do you guys think? Do you think they should take any of our English players? I mean, we wouldn't let them have them, but yeah, there were a few names mentioned there. Chloe Kelly, Michelle Adjemang, Lucy Bronze, Alessia Russo.
Fair enough.
It's like naming our whole squad, really, but can't have them. They're ours.
No, too bad. Sorry.
They're ours. But would you take any Spanish players into the England team?
Am I going to be obvious about it? Aitana Bonmati.
Yeah.
She fits in every team in the world in any era of women's football, let's be honest. Aitana Bonmati, and then maybe I'd take Olga Carmona. Good left back as well. I think those are the two.
She had a real impact in the last World Cup final, didn't she?
That's for sure. That's for sure.
Yeah, I'm probably going to be quite obvious as well and pick the other Ballon d'Or winner in Alexia Putellas. She's just an exceptional talent, and but England are amazing. And
you have to have faith. I love what that
faith.
Spanish fan said at the end. That was like, we have our players and we will go to the end with our players.
We'll go to the end with our players.
That's what you got to do. You got to support your team. Back your nation in.
Definitely. Wow, the comments are going absolutely crazy.
Ebony
today.
has a great comment.
Sorry.
They will never take Chloe or Michelle from us. Protect them
at all costs. Yes, Ebony, we shall.
Ebony is correct there. That is for sure.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Wow. And we've got Adrian has said, got my English flags. They've been up the whole time.
Nice, Adrian.
Yes, absolutely. Well, we're flying the England flag. It's gosh, I don't want the show to end because it means it's going to be
the game's coming.
But yeah, finally, Jamie, let's just talk a little bit like what can we actually expect? We've given a score prediction. How do you expect the game to go? How do you think? I guess what are going to be the moments of magic?
I think that England have to go into this game knowing that they have to suffer a bit out of possession. I think that they need to just be able to sit back and really, really understand the tempo of the game, because Spain, whether you like it or not, they're going to control the possession. They're going to want to have the ball. England need to set up in a way that they can break them down otherwise. So it needs to be a strong press. It needs to be a well-organized and disciplined press. And you just need to pick your moments. When you have the ball, you need to be quality. And I think that's where the Lionesses need to improve this tournament. They've been a bit wasteful in possession. So if you're not going to have a lot of the ball today, you need to use it. You need to hit Alessia Russo up top and let Lauren James, and if she's playing, and then Lauren Hemp as well, work their magic in the channels.
Well, talking of Lauren James, because it's been a hot topic of discussion this week after, of course, she went off at half-time in the semi, ice on her ankle. We saw her training yesterday morning. So that was good news. I'm sure you will have seen that on our social medias. She was training. Sarina Wiegman said yesterday, expecting 23 players to be available for selection. We never know exactly what that means and exactly how ready she will be. Can she play a full 90? But just how important is she to this England team?
So important. She's so important. We spoke about this throughout the entire tournament. We've said Lauren James has a skill set that no other player in that England team has. She just brings a different dimension, a different kind of bag of skills to this England team. And we saw what the impact she couldn't make when she wasn't started against Spain in the World Cup final. I think Lauren James is a player, and we saw it against Sweden when maybe there needed to be a change, but Sarina didn't bring her off, because if anyone is going to find a moment of magic, even if they're not playing well, it's Lauren James.
Yeah.
So she has the kind of Spanish flair about her. She can make something out of nothing. So Lauren James is a player tonight. Like I said, if England need to suffer out of possession, they need to seize their moments. She's absolutely integral.
Yeah, magic is that word, really, isn't it? She has those moments in her, and I think we're yet to see the absolute best of her this tournament. I think she's shown glimpses of it in a bit of the group stages, but yeah, we hopefully she's able to. But I would caveat that with, we talk about the strength and depth of the squad, the 23 players, and I think that has actually been so true with this England team. So I wouldn't feel worried or nervous if for whatever reason she can't play, because I believe in the rest of them, and it would be someone else's time to shine, to have that starting moment. We spoke that maybe that person could be Chloe Kelly as a starter. But yeah. It
says a lot about squad depth when the best two performers perhaps of the tournament for England have come off the bench. So whatever happens, the players are there, they're talented, they're experienced. It's just how they perform tonight.
Definitely. And just finally, Sarina Wiegman, we spoke about her incredible record. What is it that makes her so special, and what is it that makes her such a winner? Hopefully again tonight.
I think that one thing I've learned about Sarina Wiegman this tournament, especially hearing from the players, is they basically call her the mum. She is the mum, and she listens to them individually. And I can't remember which player, I think it was Kira Walsh or Ella Toon that said it, but she treats every player the exact same. Even if you're playing 120 minutes, even if you're maybe playing 0 minutes throughout the tournament, every player has a role to play. And I think that's what Sarina Wiegman hits the nail on the head with, is every single player in that squad, whether you're playing, how you're training, no matter what your starting or positional role is, you all have a responsibility to help this England team win. And someone like Maya Letitia, Lotte Wubben-Moy, they might not get minutes, but they're raising the bar at training. They're doing a lot to help this team. And I think Sarina's strength is the fact that she knows how to prescribe a role to every player, and she makes every player feel like they're understood and seen. So she's not only hard and a bit scary, but she's also a loving presence. And that's what you need in a football team.
Definitely. And it feels like she's been a real part of the group as well. You know, she's been getting involved in those darts tournaments they've been doing. She says she's like, I've been hanging out with them. And it's nice. You need that. You need to feel like you're a big family, as cliche as it sounds at these major tournaments. But those are the things that really make the difference. And all the players have spoken about that. They say, you know, we get on so well, that togetherness, that we all just want to work for each other. We want to be there for each other. And when someone's coming off and someone else coming on, they go, I have full confidence in that person that they're going to take my role on. And that's just so beautiful to hear, because it is a team. It's a team game, and you need every single player just firing and believing in each other and having that confidence.
Certainly. Couldn't say it better myself.
Well, on that note, we will bring the show to a close. Thank you as ever so much for watching. It's been a bit of a bumper show today, so I hope you've enjoyed it. You can always catch up on YouTube or wherever you get your podcasts. Do keep doing the quiz. You can scan the QR code or click the link in the description. Do swap your top stickers with us. We're nearly there. Gotswaps.club. The sun has just come out here in Switzerland, which it has to be a good sign. It has to be. But yeah, it's such a big day. We hope wherever you are in the world that you enjoy the match tonight or in the morning. I know there's people from Australia waking up in the morning to watch it, so enjoy it wherever you are. And the last thing I have to say is, come on, England! Come on, England!